Hey all, thank you for joining me today. In this video, we're making the Power Rangers in Space Red Ranger Spiral Saber, designed by me, Mr. Campbell Prince. Now, this has been in the making for a while. There'll be links in the description as always. If you want to buy it from the Etsy store, my Coles page, my Patreon, and my Fangs, and also join the membership there to get all the Mr. Campbell Prince products. This was the most difficult one to design of all the Space Ranger weapons. In fact, I designed this last. I only finished designing this like the day before actually printing this and filming the video. It took a while. I'm glad it's done. I'm going to showcase it first, and yeah, let's crack on with this video. Now I'm going to do support removal. I'm going to just let music play over the background and watch it. Well, I'm going to talk over it, but anyway, yeah, design this was a little bit tricky. The biggest bit was that spiral. I use Shaper 3D to design my models. It's not sponsored by this video, but if you want to shout out to me, Shaper, get in touch. And yeah, and it's a really good tool for designing things. I designed every Mr. Campbell Prince product with it, which is great, and it's worked well so far. But certain contours and certain shapes are quite difficult to build, i.e. making a cone shape with a spiral attachment isn't easy. If you ever use Shaper, you understand why. And if you know how to do it and things like that, please let me know, leave a comment, message me, whatever, teach me, because I'm always great for learning and learning new skills. But yeah, designing it was not easy. And like I said, I've designed all the Space Ranger models to combine together, which is the main goal. I didn't want to make them individually. I wanted them to have some utility, whether you're doing cosplay props, or take it to a cosplay event, or just keep up on your wall or using it. Yeah, I wanted to give it some usability and I wanted to make it more functional, so hence the reason why it took so long. Putting it together is super simple. When I say I use minimal glue in this, I use minimal glue. Even when I use glue in this video, you don't even need to use it for most of it. The most complicated bit is yet to come, which is now, and is actually the handle assembly. Now they clip this line together there. It isn't friction fitted. You will need glue for this bit. This is one of the bits you will need glue for, and the following bit. But yeah, it's straightforward, but you do both sides and that's it done. Now what is really complicated, these little silver bits. You don't have to add it, but if you're gonna have some, effect and pizzazz, add the silver bits. The most difficult thing is finding which bit goes into which. I have sped this up. This took me 10 minutes to figure out which one was which. Hopefully it takes you sooner, but once you put together, I'm not gonna save you the boring part of me looking for it. Here's what it looks like glued. It looks great. They are slightly different sizes, so the biggest goes at the bottom and the smallest at the top, but ever so slightly. This bit, so you don't actually need glue. It's friction fitted, but very loosely. I would suggest putting glue in this bit as well, but other than that, you actually don't need glue for the rest of the model, which is really good. Everything, I made the tolerances tight, but not so tight it's gonna pop, scratch, break, or snap. It just fits really smoothly in. It locks into place, and I'm really proud of it. Talking of designing the models, so I'm actually starting to use Fusion 3D. When I say start, I mean literally hours before doing this. I thought I want to make more functional mechanical prints. I'll do some other stuff as well. And Shaper 3D is great for what I do now, but like I said, it has its limitations. So I'm starting to learn a new CAD system. Hopefully it will produce products which are not only just as good but better. And while I'm talking this red bit, like I said, this is friction fitted. You don't need glue, as you can see here, which is great, and all the pieces are. So yeah, bear with me with the video productions. I have printed all the Space Ranger weapons, so I will be releasing those at the same schedule that I currently do, roughly, which is about every other week. But after that, or hopefully during, I can learn at the same time, so I can create models with Fusion, which might be a bit different. Maybe I will continue to use Shaper 3D for doing the Power Ranger series, because I'm so familiar with it now. I know how it works. But yeah, that's just a bit of side talk in the background. That's what I do. I'm trying to learn new stuff, make new stuff, and make new inventions, and all sorts of crazy things. And yeah, going back to the model, like I said, the whole goal of this particular model, and with most of them, was trying to do friction fitted. They're all basically need glue, but I wanna make it so it can be taken apart. The one thing that I've realized when people buy the models or the physical products is they are large. They are, they're replicas, they're life size. and keeping that space all the time isn't easy for a lot of people. So I want to make sure that, you know, it can be broken down to somewhat of a small degree, so you can put it in a box, put it in a drawer, put it in a bag if you're taking it to cosplay events, and just assemble it together. Now the one bit in this video that I mess up, and you will see later on, I have made amendments. So this version is version 1. I've done a remodel after making this video and made sure all the pieces fit perfectly. Even this bit here, I've made this friction fitted, this end cap now, so you won't need glue for this part at all. Now this top part of the handle I have made longer. I'm gonna get into in a minute, you're gonna see in a bit. I'm talking ahead of the video, so you can tell this is post-production. And also, this video is gonna prove that this is literally the first time I build it. I don't make these models in advance and then film and then do another second video with a second print. I'm building this for the first time. I'm hoping that my designs came out great first time, and touch wood, it usually does. I always have to make little amendments, like I said in this video and previous ones, but predominantly, like I said, I really got used to using Shaper 3D. I keep mentioning they're not sponsored, and the reason why I want to move on to Fusion predominantly is to ensure that everything fits perfectly first time, because you can do simulations so you can see how things will clash, where they'll bump in. And one of the reasons why I tried to make a gear system the other day using Shaper, and I thought it would work, and the tolerance was just way too tight. Things didn't spin, something did spin, it snapped. And I watched videos on Fusion, I've seen how people use it, and I can see the simulations work really well. It shows the tolerance, it shows the strengths, the weaknesses, and that's something that is really useful when designing, to sort of visually see what will work and won't work without having to waste filament and print that beforehand. Yeah, now we're about to get into a second bit. So when you insert this top bit, this red bit, there's the left side here, well now it's the left side, is slightly thinner than the right side. The thinner side goes towards that silver bit where that long attachment is. It will work the other way, but it just looks a lot cleaner. Here's the first mistake of the video. I pop in this gold bit. I looked at the image of what I designed and what the actual model looks like, and this gold bit is upside down. You might not even notice it. I didn't notice it until I sort of looked at it and was like, why is it faced this way when the handle's on the other way? I realized it in time, and like I said, because it's not glued, it's friction fitted, I can pop out and change it. If this was a glue piece, I'd be screwed, and so would you if you're following step by step. But yeah, just make sure the sort of envelope pattern, it looks like an envelope. All the space ranges, I don't know what this symbol is, but it looks like an envelope. And yeah, this piece here is the correct way now. This is how it should be. I suggest you can put glue in this bit. So with the handle, I guess the guard attached, it will stay into place, but it's a little tiny bit wobbly. If you are planning on swinging this front, I suggest gluing this top bit here. If you want to take it apart, you can still take it apart without it, but I suggest it's up to you. This silver ring goes on top here, and this end bit which connects into the blade, which you'll see later, I have also increased its length to make it more rigid. These bits you do not have to glue. It will fit friction fitted perfectly, which is great. I tried to force both of them in and realize it won't, so just do one side first, pop it in, and then do the other side, and it will stay in place. It is a really solid fit. Of course, you can glue all these bits together and permanently fix them if you want to make it even more secure, but like I said, it stays in place without the glue, and it's by design. It's designed to do that. I was gonna make 2 versions of this. I do make 2 versions of Spiral Blade, you'll see later on. This black bit, like I said, it's a bit loose, and putting this blade together. Now these red bits, they do go a certain way. You can either, when I say a certain way, one side is longer than the other. So if you place it in one direction, I'm checking now if I did do that. I forgot, but I did design it like that. You place it one way and it will look longer. You'll see the mistake in a moment. I put it on, I'm looking at it, and some of the red bits are higher, some of the bits are lower. Pop them out, flip them around to whichever way you want. Doesn't really matter, they're almost centered. I just placed it like that. You can see that right one there isn't, so I flip it around and now they're all in place. Because there's no glue, you can pop it out again. Here is the beginning of the second mistake. I pop in the connector into this bit and it's tight, fits perfect, great, it's good to go. I take off the end part. This is really tight. To be honest, once you put this in, this is staying in place. This isn't going to be a take apart bit, but it's not too long. This will fit in a nice pocket, well, pocket, a bag, or whatever it may be. I force it on, a few pressure, a bit more pressure, pop, 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 and it's in. Securely fitted, fits nicely, fits smoothly and perfectly. Now here's the first mistake. You can see those are bite marks there, because when I pop it in there, it didn't go all the way down. I'm like, why is it not going down? Is there more material? Is there more supports in there? Nope. when designing it, I forgot to subtract that part into the main part of the spiral blade, which led to it not fitting. So as you see here, I'm using my snippers to just snip around. I use a lighter to burn it. Please be careful when doing this. You won't have to do this. I have edited the file. I remade it so it fits perfectly. I didn't know. I thought this is what I was saying. Without Fusion, with Shaper, I couldn't test this. I thought I did it right. I forgot to make the amendments, forgot to make the changes, and I was left with this mess. So I am snipping it away, clipping it away, heating the end with a lighter to make it smooth and flat. And yes, surprise, surprise, it will fit, it will work. But this was like another 5 to 10 minutes of work, which could have been avoided if I just checked my own parameters, and that's just purely my fault. But when you download this model, when you buy it, you won't have this issue. It will just fit perfectly. And as you can see, there you go. This is how it should have been. And it does still fit tight. It fits tightly because the width is just enough, but yeah, the depth isn't. Also, this bit is super loose in here. It fits nicely. But it's not stable enough. There's not enough handle to going into the spiral blade for it to be secure. And I would be worried swinging it about in case it's a weak point. It would snap, it would break, especially if you use this for cosplay as well. And look at this satisfying slide. Oh, satisfying video, here we come. So I've also amended this and made this handle bit what goes into it longer. I've made the insert go into the blade so it's a lot more secure, a lot more firm. And once again, tolerance tight, you won't need glue either unless you want to permanently do it. And yeah, it's looking good. It feels really solid. I think, yeah, this looks really good. As simple as the color schemes are, it just, yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. I like it, I'm enjoying it. I'm biased, of course, I designed it, but I'm really proud of what I made and how it turned out. Like I said, the handle is all friction fitted. I've made the amendments. You won't have to deal with the problems I'm doing here with most of the glue set for the beginning bit, and that's how it turns out. And like I said, this will combine with the Astro Blaster, and let's see how that works. Now, it's actually called the Spiral Saber booster mode. Here's the Astro Blaster. Check that video as well to see how this was made and how to put it together. Now, I also took it apart so you can slide it in, because you cannot slide it in with that spiral blade inserted. So you pop that off, you slide in the red bits, those little bits sticking out of the guide, which go into the back of the blaster. And at the top of the handle of the guard of the saber, you can see the little line. That will be for the secondary blaster, which I'm about to insert now. And this is the second part of combining it. And like I said, you pop on the end of the spiral blade, and there you go. This is the Spiral Blaster and Booster mode. Like I said, I'm pretty impressed with how it turned out. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for supporting the channel. Please like, subscribe, share, join the Patreon, all those beautiful things. And as always, I'll catch you in the next video. Let's catch you in the glamour shots. Let's go!
In a world where shadows ripple and dance, Mr. Campbell prints, giving dreams a chance. Electric whispers linger in the night. Through the chaos, he ignites the light. Welcome to the realm where fantasies take flight. Mr. Campbell prints, let your spirit soar. In this darkened world, you'll find the core. Through the neon glow, we'll shape our fate. With every frame, we'll escape the weight.